Rogers Nelson. You want to go outside? Huh? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here, Prince. Prince. Come here. Come here. Prince. Hello, everybody. And it is Memorial Day? Whatever it is. I am chilling and actually was catching up on some videos and came across my old friend Sharon. If you don't know Sharon Short Gardens, you need to check her out. But she made a video, I think it was today or yesterday, and it just touched me and I had to respond to it. I even took notes. It was like it was speaking to me. I may actually play parts of it that I'm talking about, like superimpose. We'll see. We will see. I'm just doing this on the fly, kind of in response to that video that touched my heart. And I'll put a link to Sharon Short, Orchid, something garden. It's not just orchids. But anyway, first thing she talked about was her Haikudan raspberry.
Ready, Mark? Yeah, I'm ready. Hey guys, September 5th, about 11:44 in the morning. Temperature is 90 degrees, humidity is 62%. Yeah, so we're just going to take a look at some of the cattleys that are sheathing up and possibly getting ready to fill those sheets. So we'll start with this Hakudan, Sunshine, and Raspberry. Now, it's in its original pot. I don't do anything to new orchids until they show me something. So this guy decided to put out some sheets, and I'm hoping that it will fill them. Hopefully. Yeah. It's doing pretty good in its original media with all the rains that we've had. Yeah, nothing's rotted out. It's even kicking out a new one. How about that? And that is, again, it's focusing on everything but the tag. Yeah, there you go. And it's south facing under an umbrella. So this next guy here is, let me move this over a bit so we can have this spot. Okay, so the next guy is, take the tag out, sorry for the footage. This is Copper Queen, Richard Mueller, crossed with Toshi Aoki. Okay, now this orchid, I just recently took it out of its original pot, and I stuffed a ceramic pot with just charcoal. It has its original medium. I didn't touch the roots or anything, but it is kicking out a sheath there and a sheath there, and it looks like a couple of new growths. Let's see, new growth here and a new growth coming here. Yeah, so that's a Richard Mueller cross. It's doing okay, but it didn't do anything this season, so perhaps something will happen with these sheaths. All right, let's find something else. I'm gonna try to get some footage in between the neighbor's table saw. So this is Star Ruby Xanadu, and she didn't flower this season, but she did decide to put out a basket full of new growths. Here's one here, new growth here, turn it around, New growth there, new growth there. So she is kicking out new growths this season, hoping that she'll flower in the spring. Yeah. Ruby Xanadu, Star Ruby Xanadu. Okay, let's see if we can find something going on elsewhere. But I wanted to show you how I have Ruby Xanadu potted up. That's a tray of rainwater. And I just sit it down in the rainwater because I was told they love moisture and don't mind saggy roots. Now, that's a first, but as I can see, she's just kicking out new roots all over the place. So I counted 4 so far. But I'll keep an eye on it. You know, what cattleya loves soggy roots? I don't know. But this girl, look down in there. Doesn't look like any harm is being done, but I'm not going to take my chances. You know, sometimes people don't tell you the truth. Yeah. So we'll just keep an eye on. I'm going to let it dry.
And she said that hers had some sheaths on it. She wasn't sure if it was going to bloom or not. Now, Haikudan has been one of those that I have always wanted. Wait a minute, this is my copper queen. Okay, Haikudan, here we go. And this did bloom for me earlier in the season from one of these pseudobulbs. And it actually has another sheath and has put up that growth and this growth since it has bloomed. And yeah, that looks like a previous bloom. So, and this sheath is still on the plant. It sat here all summer in this spot in the shade. I was really worried about it because in the past, these plants for me have been very susceptible to just rot, especially when the plant is underneath something to where it can drip down on the plant and get into the plant and cause some rot when it sits in there too long. That's been my problem with it, but it bloomed very beautifully, and the blooms were long lasting. Actually did bloom from both of those spikes. So that is one that I am happy to have and one that I'm going to keep in my collection. And Sharon's was doing well as well. Next one is Copper Queen. And I have a few Copper Queens. Here is one, Richard Mueller crossed with, what is that, Toshiaoki, which I love Toshiaoki. That's probably my favorite hybrid cattleya, but I just, I struggle with it, and so I'm done with it. Honestly, I had a really nice one that bloomed, but for some reason, it just did not do well this year. Now, I do have another Copper Queen. I probably have several because, as I've said, I've struggled with these over the years, and they've actually done better for me on a mount as opposed to in a pot. But this one seems to be a little different because it's staying a lighter color rather than the typical color changing and getting darker, which I think I like. I really do like. Again, Toshiaoki crossed with Richard Mueller. And there may be a few others in here, but these are the most significant ones. I tend to, what am I trying to say? I tend to not collect those, but hoard them when I find them because I've had so much trouble with them. I always want to have extras, but hopefully I am past that. So, the next one is BC Star Ruby Xanadu. And she made the comment that they like soggy roots. And it's actually been the opposite for me. I don't know if I've ever bloomed Star Xanadu, and I have to find it because I have struggled so much with it. That's Kona. I know I have a Xanadu, but again, like I'm saying, I always move it just so that it's not underneath something directly dripping off onto the growth. And it actually grew very well for me, and it is in, I have to locate that because it actually did very well for me this year. Did not blast any growth like it has a habit of doing, which is why I say that I try to keep it. Okay, I think this is a star Xanadu. I actually have a couple. That's not what this is. I think this is a star Xanadu. Yes. And you can see how I have struggled with it in the past. Just trying to get it established and keep the growth from rotting, which is usually what has happened. And also I was dealing with some scale. This year, put up quite a few growths. The roots seem to be fine going down into the media, which is just lava rock. And it put up that growth, which is the biggest, largest growth. So, that is my Star Ruby Xanadu. And I know I might have another one around here because these are recovering. Because like I say, I've struggled with it. And you know what? I'm not going to put it back under there. I'm going to put it up here just because I want to make sure that I keep that in focus so that I don't leave it out here because it's about to turn cold. And I want to make sure that I stay on top of where that is. But I do have another Star Xanadu. But that is okay. Actually, it might be this. But anyway, we're going to move on with the list. And the next things that she talked about was her why not. And I do not have a why not, but I have a cross of why not. And still going strong. Jamaica Fire, which is why not. I bet this is the tag down here. See, I have, yeah, Jamaica Fire. So that's how I lose Jamaica Red. I mean, that's how I lose tags. Because I have squirrels all day running back and forth over these, you know, and they're knocking tags and knocking plants down. And so it's a perpetual.
So I'm just doing a visual on Sunday, basically. It's what I do. Decided to bring you along. It's really hot. This is how hot it is, the humidity. Sweat rolling off my face. That is real, people. So, decide to move down here, you better think twice. Because all we do is sweat and dodge hurricanes. It looks like that Wilbur chain is kicking out a new growth that I thought, I don't know if that's the one I thought was a fire spike, but I don't think so. Not this time of season. But I'll take the new growths because before you know it, this little guy will be a huge pot full of Wilbur chain bulbs. Okay, and this cutting here is kicking out two. Either they're new growths or flower spikes. I gotta wait. I can't tell the difference until it puts a little growth on. Yeah, we got a pot of
thing. But anyway, she had her why not, similar to this, Catanara. And the next thing that she had, although that is not a why not. And also, I don't know what, she made the comment, these are kind of difficult for me. I have to make sure that they do not, when they're not growing, they do not get so much water or rain. I have to protect them. Now, she said that she had a huge encyclia. It was a Cordillera times Periformis. And I might have that. Let me see. What is this? Cordillera times Encyclia Pyriformis. This, like Sharon said, it used to be very reliable bloomer. You see there, and then it got cold when my greenhouse froze, and then it's been a slow recovery because I set it up top near the roof of the greenhouse in the wintertime where I keep it dry. It still gets high humidity, but it gets a little bit cooler. It might be getting too much sun here, and look, I see a little bit of a scale there, but I will get that. This had some scale on it, and that's why it looks kind of shabby, but it is recovering. But prior to that, it bloomed. You can see there's a bloom spike. It bloomed reliably every spring, and it was really long lasting. Nice plant. If I can get, well, I'm going to get it to recover. I will. Oh, nice. Yay. Okay. Next thing on her list was, Wilbur Chang. Now, Sharon knows that she needs to give me one of those Wilbur Changs. She knows. I've been begging, and I even got me a Wilbur Chang, but I still want Sharon's. And, you know, all the Sharon's are just killing it. And I think this is why a Wilbur Chang, yeah, this is my Wilbur Chang, Susanna. And it is actually giving me a new growth right in there. And this is the latest pseudobulb. Yep. Anyway, one of mine over there is spiking that I just noticed. I'll have to point that out in another video. Right now, I am doing the piggyback on Sharon. And then she talked about her flickenjarias.
So I just want to take you along for is that tadpoles? So it looks like a frog has gotten down into this bucket of rainwater and laid eggs in there. Look at that tadpole right there. That's a tadpole. Quite a few in there. Okay, we definitely don't want them loud frogs hanging around my door, so I'm sorry, I'm dumping this out. No way am I keeping that. Let's see if we can bring them up to the top. Yeah, they're all in there. Look at them. Down in there. Pot full of tadpoles. And they grow fast. Now, I dumped this out. It was full of frog larvae, but I guess there were a couple still in the pot. Yeah. Can't wait for the birds to come and try to pluck them out because they grow fast. Yeah, we can't keep those in there. Those are those Cuban tree frogs, I think they are. They just make so much noise. You've heard them in my previous videos all night long. Quack, 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 quack. That's how they sound. I can't stand it. But yeah, let's take a look at flickenjaria here. I had to cut back some dieback on this side. Excuse me, dried out my throat, sounding like a frog. But still had some viable growth on this side, and she's kicking out a new growth there. So flickenjaria is hanging in there. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I gave it some food the other day, so it's doing good. Might surprise me this spring. Yeah, so we'll look up and see when it's supposed to flower. I'm not sure. This is a TD Moore rescue, and I'm enjoying everything that it's doing. Absolutely. Yeah, the dieback was the original part of the dendrobium or the plant. You can see
Can you
that's
tell
the
me, you know, because she rescued my flickengeria, great, and look at them, it looks great. So you're gonna have to give me some of it back, Sharon, whenever it blooms, and it will. Let me point out my flickengeria that I have. This is a different one than what you have, and I don't know where the tag is. It's probably in the water because it always gets water. It loves water. I really need to do something with it before winter because it barely survived the winter, and that's why I lost my other one. Well, I lost the other big one, and luckily I gave some of it to Sharon. And there is a new growth coming up on the plant somewhere. I just can't find it at the moment. But it's okay. It is okay. There it is. But like I said, I really need to put some more moisture retentive, some sphagnum tied around there. That's what they need, because like I was saying, in the wintertime, they still need that water, and it's a little bit harder giving it to them, in the wintertime, because I'd prefer to give them rainwater, and anyhow, that's, how it is in the winter. So let's move on with the list, and I think it's down to the last one. Well, she was talking about, first of all, she was talking about the noise that she was talking about. What was she talking about? Tree frogs. And the way she described the noise of the tree frog, I hear that from my neighbors, who always have the nerve to complain about my dog barking when their dog barks. It's a little yappy dog that barks, and 24/7. But anywho, they have ducks in their backyard and chickens, but I hear the ducks all the time, and I know that you have heard them too on the video. But what I'm saying is, the way Sharon was describing her sound of the free frogs, it sounded like the sound of the ducks. So I thought that was I cracked up at that one. So anyway, this is all in fun. Anyway, then she pulled out those Leopoldii. Now, we know about those Leopoldii. See the notes? We know about those Leopoldii, right? We saw those from H&R, right? Or were they from Seattle? I think it was Seattle. H&R don't do like that. It had to be Seattle. Seattle's the only place that would do. Now look, see what I tell you about them squirrels?
You guys are not going to believe this, but as soon as I turned to wipe my eye, a cloud rolled in and started dumping water. But I wanted to close out the video on a look at my compot that I purchased. When did I purchase that compot? I believe 2 years ago. It was full of Leopoldii. Yeah, let me see if I can show you. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, Leopoldii, Dariana, Aurora. That's what they were. But this is one of them. That's one. They all look fabulous. But I did lose some. I don't have the complete compot. You lose seedlings along the way. But in this tree, there are plenty on one side of the mount and on the other side of the mount. And they're doing fantastic. So when the rain lets up, we'll do a better video on Leopoldii. But I just needed to close out this video before nasty storm comes back again. Okay, I think I ended earlier with flickengeria. It's doing good. But I want to cover some of those Leopoldii for you to show you how they're doing. Hey, thanks for stopping by, guys. Thanks for watching. Gotta get back inside because can't do much videoing in the rain. Yeah, and have a great orchid and gardening day. This is my Sunday stroll in the garden. Happy growing. Nice.
But anyway, I can't be bothered with that right now. I'll just make a mental note. But when she was talking about them tree frogs, she killed me. She killed me. But yeah, I wish those ducks would start talking right now. But you remember those Leopoldii? We all complained about them and thought she should send them back because them were some little runts. And I don't know if they were, yeah, they were compots, but I know the ones she got from Seattle, they were supposedly like bloom size. I don't know what they were saying, but they were not anywhere near anything as advertised. And look at them now, Sharon. Kudos to you. I mean, I will never doubt your skills. Well, I never did anyway, but oh my God, you got it. This is what I'm looking for. You have got it. But anyway, I just thought that was a little tribute to Sharon. And I still might overlap some of her video. I'm sure she won't mind. She's all good and it's all in fun. And, you know, make sure you go check out her channel, Sharon Short. And anyway, thanks for watching.